Or what about two terms? Do you think it has its own advantages? Because some people would say, well, what some people were not able to do in the first term, they have, the second term to be able to consolidate, or, for continuity's sake, so we won't have abandoned projects, we won't have projects, going redundant and all of that. Let's have someone who will continue, with the reforms that they're trying to bring in. Is single term, is it not enough to have all of that, done? So what are your thoughts? Do you support the idea of single term for governors and presidents? And what about two terms? Do you think it has its own advantages? All right. Some people would say that a single term of office for president and governors should be able to, be enough for you to. So some people say, oh, some people use their first term to prepare for the second term. But then, what are your own thoughts? Let's have a conversation as regards that, single or two terms. Also, we're going to be looking at NLC insisting on warning strike, even as the TUC has said, that's Trade Union Congress, has said, that they won't be a part of the 2-day warning strike. Labor unions will be given since the removal of subsidy on May 29 this year. So do you think the labor leaders are making the right call, or do you think maybe we should just go with the TUC? Let's continue having conversations with the government, rather than keep going on warning strikes and all of that. So do you think the labor union should look at other? Is a very good example. And well, I don't know exactly, is it the approach? Is it the approach? Is it the strategy that they're using? What would be your own suggestion as regards the approach that the labor union should have in their negotiations with the federal government? All right, Fuhad, before you share your thoughts as regards these two stories that we're looking at this morning, I just want to quickly ask, whilst you are looking at the single or two term, the sit-tight, problem that we seem to have in Africa.
No. Even in countries where you have sit-tight syndrome, what you have is that the leaders manipulate the constitution of their different countries to remain in power. So what basically they do is that, they put their cronies, their stooges in the parliament, and they tinker with the constitution of their country, the constitution to remain in power. So it's about the people as being more important than their own personal interest. Nothing will change, even if you have single or double term. I understand the issue, but it's not going to solve it. It's about the leaders making it a decision to respect the wishes of the people and respecting what is in their constitution as far as single or double term is concerned. So in Rwanda, for example, 𝗀𝗶𝗃 way of always manipulating the process.
All right. Okay, so now let's look at single or two term tenure now. What are your thoughts as regards, do you support the idea of a single term for governors and presidents? Do you think single term tenure
or two terms? I think I'm more interested in the electoral process, how these guys emerge as presidents and governors. Until we get the electoral process right, nothing will change, whether it is single term or two terms. Because the people who have created the two-term idea, it's not really about you coming to complete what you started. It's giving you understand? So it is so that when you are in power, you know that, look, you are still going to go back to the people to seek their support, to continue whatever you are doing, whether as governor or president. So you have to perform. If you look at Nigeria, for example, you know that most governors and presidents, in their first term, you see them doing a whole lot of things for the people. Governors, for example, you see them doing projects, anything, you just are down there. So people have also said that, look, why don't you just have a single tenure, you do what you want to do and get out. But for me, it should be about the electoral process. How do these guys emerge as presidents or governors? We need to look at that and reform our electoral process.
Our leaders are making the right call. This is the third warning strike that we're having since May 29.
Well, like the analyst said on Political Roundtable yesterday, why are they warning? When you won, what are you? Why are they? If you want to go on strike, look, it is within the right of workers all over the world.
Maybe the court order is what is holding them back.
That's why we are saying that again in our own democracy we are running all over the world. Even in the UK, in the US, you see workers downing tools to get the government to yield to their demand, or stifle the rights of the people. And like you are saying, if you don't allow people to legitimately pursue their rights, what you are encouraging is anarchy. For me, the labor leaders need to, and I'm not going to be one of the people that will castigate the labor movement. Because again, as a member of the fourth estate of the realm, which is important to the survival of democracy in Nigeria, as well as civil society organizations. So for me, I would advise the labor unions to get their act together, work together, push their demands, negotiate with government if they want to strike as a part of the...
Open up the phone line and get the thoughts and contribution of our dear listener. So the number to call is 0913-6000-4 to call. All right, and for text messages and WhatsApp messages, it's 0913-6000-430. 0913-6000-430. Now, we're live on Facebook and YouTube, so we take comments in the live chat section as well. That is at Mainland 98.3 FM, so you can drop your comments there and we would read it live on air. All right, for those who are calling in, you have just text caller, so we can get as many contributions as possible because we need the right information to get to the right places, and we need as many contributions as possible. So we can know that, yes, it is the vote.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. This is Ola from the guys.
Okay.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Yes, please go on.
Yeah. My take is this morning, single tenor.
Okay.
Single tenor idea come from Jonathan Latin, but the thing is not working out in Nigeria. I can stop that constitutional or political conference that time. But other areas, your guest analysis also mentioned about the Benue, the history of the Benue since 1976 until today. And this can also happen in part of Yoruba land. Look at the people from Ōkè, the political space in Oyo State today. And all these things become an abuse because of other people have become more minority in their own state. If you go to Kogi State, Yoruba people to become a governor, that is the history of the state or that history. But the issue I'm talking about is not about the single tenure, it's a rotational president. That is what we are talking about. And that is where you see Igbo people also agitating for it also. If it's Yoruba win, and you can look for 5 years, and this thing become the national policy. Why can't we use it and also implement it? If it become a national issue, it's supposed to be reflecting in our constitution. So the thing will be more easier on other people, all those minorities to belong. But if you are doing it, thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Olaiwola. You just brought something that also hurts me a whole lot. It's paining me, and I have to keep saying it. I'm from Ogun State, and nobody from my local government can become governor in Ogun State. If you get there is the question that we're going to be looking at. But that's one thing that I've always had conversations with people in my family. I'm like, what exactly is
may not win any election in the country. So again, we need to look at our constitution.
According to Olaiwola, he's more concerned with rotational rather than whether or not single terms. Just let it go round.
Yeah,
that's what
it's
he's
a good
concerned.
idea. Why
Yes.
not? Yeah.
All right. Yes. Let's keep moving. The conversation we're looking at this morning: single or two terms. Do you support the idea of single term for governors and presidents? And also, NLC insisting on warning.
To listen to you first. I don't know what to talk. Good morning. For me, that's God, our deputy governor, local West and local government. So we thank God. We say patient God is the largest bone. We'll be patient. Today we are the second in command.
That's all right.
But
So everybody go say we will take care one day.
Okay, you want to become governor one day.
We will be governor now. Listen, the people want to be governor, they carry 2 heads. You cannot, subject us to almost 10 years punishment in the name of his system. 5 years. And that, I still believe that confab that Jonathan not solve or will stop at least 80% of it. But because we are not in that party, we're not jettisoning something that will affect and, affect the goodness of majority that book. Because everybody that is supposed to be represented in Nigeria was inside that confab, and they were paid.
Okay.
You can't waste our money.
Thank you.
Yes, you can't waste it. 5 years is okay. Hello, good morning, Madam Sandra.
Good morning, Barrister Oko.
Our friend FUHAD.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, God bless you. One term for the, for the two. Start looking at it from 1999, and we are still using this unless the civilians, the National Assembly, take the initiative to give Nigerians a people-oriented constitution. We'll be wasting our time in anything we are discussing. Because that constitution is, my friend from FUHAD has said that strike is a right of the people. But this constitution makes it illegal for workers to go constitutional rights. But here, the military constitution limits the rights of the workers to go on strike. So unless we review this constitution, we will be wasting our time. You know, in terms of one term, this thing for the governors and the president. You see, if we look at the way we are operating, one term will not enough. The previous officers will just eat up all the money, they borrow and leave debt. So this will be everything. God bless you.
Amen. Thank you very much. I appreciate. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
A very good morning to you, OMOBOLA Sandra.
Good morning, Prince Wise.
To bless your management.
Amen.
You see, when you talk of one time, I saw one time some years back, former President Jonathan, the concern is not back to the soul, but it is better, even though it can be 7 years, let it be done. Because after we spend 4 years, like that, the Congress, I totally disagree with them. Go on strike right now. Because the present will have, you can enter his office, start knocking the waste, walking away again. So for me, when you have a listening president, you can Labour Congress. There's no politics all this thing, because we know this the head of the Labour Congress. All of us don't have together to rebuild Nigeria.
Good morning, my name is 𝗪𝗵𝘁𝗪.
Good morning, Barrister.
Whether rotational presidency or governorship, or whether it is one term or 2 term, it is an unnecessary conversation as far as I'm concerned. What we desire is good government. The situation is critical call for now. So for me, it doesn't matter what system of government you introduce. So the fact that we are not having good governance in this 2-term rotation, at the most all the same power election, so we have been forced to live with now. In fact, the government is not having any listening. Somebody said the office is open for any visitation. That's not. Then they initiate conversation. They initiate discussion. How long are we going to have the peaceful government? Just barely 6 months in office. So Labour are afraid of having democracy that is democracy of absolutism.
Hello, good morning.
I don't listen to your program for over 3 years, but I won't get the opportunity to reach to you.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I'm trying giving rights to defend the plight of this country. If you shut up and go and sit down, so my history will be coming. Let you give me one and after they will tell them the man is dead. They will discuss and they will just leave
Hello?
I'm hearing you.
It's better now. Can you speak on this tone?
Yes, I'm defend
All right.
us in this country that they should just shut up and.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate 0913-6000-410. That's the number to call. And NLC warning strike and also single term or 2-term tenure. Which would you go for? Now let's take from Ukwato. Okay, it's all right. Thank you, Mr. Kennedy. Good morning, everyone in the studio. NLC planning to embark on strike is laughable, baseless, inconsequential, and will definitely be dead on arrival because they can no longer be trusted or be taken serious again because they have failed Nigerians on several occasions. Also, I totally support the call of single term for governors and presidents. Hope is a welcome call. Thank you, Mr. Kennedy. We also have 𝗪𝗵𝗁 from Shogunle. Good morning, Sandra. To me, single term of 6 years is better because most times they don't do any meaningful thing in the second term. Former Governor of Lagos State, 𝗪𝗵𝗁, shows that single term is good to go.
Yes, I agree. Did well 4 years. Very, very well.
For NLC, they should copy what former NLC President Mr. 𝗪𝗀𝗁 did in his tenure and act. Benjamin from Shogunle, thank you very much. Also have here Joshua from Oregon saying good morning. I would like to say we need to change our attitude toward each other, and the issue of 1 term or 2 won't be an issue. Like, I'm from Benue. The Idoma will always say the thief people are not allowing them to be governor, but going to Zone C. It's comprised of Idoma and Igede, and Idoma has never allowed Igede people to produce a senator. So who is to blame? We just like to marginalize people, anyone, and still complain. Excuse me. And about labor union, I want to ask Mr. FUHAD, what exactly do government normally tell the courts to get such injunctions? Because I'm really confused. Because if we are supporting democracy, it's not for us to be talking on radio, but because of the rule of law. But what if it's not working? What else?
Well, I don't know. The court just approaches, the government approaches the court, tells them, oh, these people are going to shut down the economy. There's no basis for it. We are still negotiating. I go, okay, all stay, just maintain status quo. And then when you come, we'll know whether you can proceed. But I think it's, again, a way to erode the fundamental rights of organized labor. It's within their right to down tools if you are not satisfied with government policies.
All right, then we also have 𝗂𝗃 saying, good morning, Mainland FM. Our constitution should be amended to single tenure so that the dividends of government may reach the minority tribes. I think maybe people are focusing more on,
rotational
government, that it will
single
help.
term rotational. I think that's what they're trying to
That's what they're
now.
trying to pull out. All right, well, we're still live on Facebook at Mainland 98.3 FM, so you can as well drop your comments there at on
but
Facebook
Sandra, you know
and
the problem
YouTube.
with rotational? There will always be minority within minority.
You see the man in Benue.
He's talking about the fact that
even when you come to Zone C, you have Idoma and Igede. But even the
still
Idoma
marginalizing some people within, so
even in there,
it's
it's still an issue.
If for example, in Ogun State, the 𝗃𝗏 people are not given the opportunity to become governor, you will now discover within 𝗃𝗏.
In Yewa, we have North, we have South.
And they will now be okay. Ilaro,
There's Egbado, there's Ilaro, there's 𝗵𝗃, there's Owode.
It's a big problem.
So all of them will now say, but we are all
𝗃𝗏, who should take it now? So it's
so 𝗪𝗏𝗁. That's the beauty of Nigeria, the diversity of it, and the fact that
we can make it work if people are selfless. It's just about being selfless, really.
You just have to add that. It's okay. 0913 6000 410. Hello, good morning.
Sandra, good morning. How are you?
I'm well, thank you very much. Good morning, Mr. Peter.
Yes, sir. 𝗪𝗏𝗁.
Good morning, sir.
How now?
I do.
Well, I think all that is happening is the dividend of democratic government. Let me say that for the Labour Congress, it's very unfortunate. Then I was one of the Labour officers in our own union. I know when we usually meet at the Labour House, then we tell us when we see that Nigerians were not properly treated. And when Labour Congress takes a decision, it's spread across. The military are affected by their decision because if they are able to get salary increase, it was even the private sector. So everybody was looking up to Nigeria Labour Congress and it functioned. I don't know what is happening today. Now, the Nigeria Congress will have to wait until all children are dropped up from school. You have told us the difficulties of parents returning their children. Nigeria Labour Congress not see this, that the life of Nigerians have been redeemed in their banks, and you are watching. They can see, because if we now look at all that the military gave us, democracy has destroyed all. The life of Nigerians today, I think they were still doing 2 times there, and the government was functioning. So for me, it's not all about 1 term, 2 term, 3 terms. But the sessional, I agree. Let the people that are there do something, please. Govern Nigeria well, and then we will not care how many times you go. But when you go and start to loot and steal and destroy, then for me, I feel democracy is not for Nigeria. I'm sorry to say that. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Peter. Appreciate. Hello, good morning. Hello.
Yes, sir, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Kangalina.
Yes. FUHAD, morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
I was thinking that Ajero was going to be a different person from the former man. I've forgotten his name.
𝗪𝗵𝗃𝗏.
Throughout the time he was there, this is the kind of deception he was giving to everybody. Oh, we'll go on strike, we'll go on strike. Then what they did, we don't know. So, Joe Ajero is going to, he has started disappointing me. First of all, Mr. FUHAD, I want to also ask, if you want to go on strike, must you give all this length of time to announce, okay, and why is the strike always starting on Wednesday or Tuesday?
I don't know.
Why can't you start it on Monday? Announce on Friday that we are starting the strike on Monday. Or just do without all this media thing that precedes the strike.
You can even announce.
You can meet your different experts or whatever and tell them that you go on strike. The next morning, everybody knows that strike has started. Why must you go to press and be announcing, and then government will look for a way to go and go to court and procure all this kangaroo this thing? So I think the NSA are not serious. But that's not the way. The strategy they are deploying now to go on strike, I think it has not worked. It's either it has not worked or they are not even serious admission to go on strike. So that's the way I look at them. They are not trying to deceive us. At the end of the day, they will go one midnight meeting and then they will discuss some things with themselves. At the end of the day, and that's what's happening even today. Mr. FUHAD, you will hear it that it's 12 midnight.
Thank you, Mr.
They started the meeting 12 midnight. I don't know why it must be 12 midnight. In the morning, they say strike didn't work again. You will see it.
It's
As
okay.
I'm talking to you now.
It's okay.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. It's all right. Thank you very much. Maybe they are saying it in advance so that maybe the government can think of something quickly and
that's
then
the problem,
and change their
why
mind.
Why strike start on Wednesday? Why not Monday? So is it that these statements are just
You can't.
Okay,
There's a spiritual
till
connotation.
Monday.
Yes.
All right.
Good morning, Mainland FM.
Good morning.
Oh, this is 𝗪𝗵𝗁 𝗪𝗏 calling from Adin, Ogun State.
All right.
Good morning,
You're
sir.
welcome.
Yes,
Sir.
talking about single term for office holders, I believe it's not a problem of 1 term or 2 terms.
Okay.
For instance, if tenure, and if it's bad, if it's a dead wood, we have a problem equally. Because imagine having a dead wood on that seat. Hello, are you there?
Well, with you, we're listening.
Okay. You have a dead wood for 6 good years. You can't do anything about it. I mean, I think it's not going to be very good for everybody. What we need is to build our institutions, make things work. I mean, and it's possible. It's not something that is not possible. It's very, very possible if you have the will to do it. I know many governors who did very well, I mean, both first and second term. And I know some who did nothing, first time and second term. But if you have a system that could like at any time they choose to, especially when what they're asking for is not being attended to, it's part of our democracy.
That is the number to call. You can send in text messages to 0913-6000-430. We're live on Facebook and YouTube at Mainland 98.3 FM, so you can drop your comment in the live chat section as well. Please do well to also like our page, follow our pages. We drop contents there that stir up conversations as well. Now, let's see what we have on WhatsApp. We have quite a lot of messages here. So, good morning, Sandra and FUHAD. As for me, I think the 2-term rotational government is not the best. It's time for us to cancel that 12 times and focus on only 1 term, because if you didn't do well the first time, there's nothing that you're coming back to do again in the second term. So I support 1-term government rulership. NLC. My name is single term is no, because a governor would be preoccupied with building his own nest, that of cronies, the villagers, town members, and local government, having in mind that they don't have another chance. This will bring about a monumental corruption. And that is 𝗪𝗵𝗃𝗏 𝗪𝗏 from Maryland, sharing his own thoughts. We also have here, good morning, Sandra and FUHAD. I think single term will help a bit because it might curtail the excessive of our leadership in power. and probably reduce the long-term suffering of Nigerians in the hands of unrepentant. I think they're just a group of full disastrous. Damlola from Alaba. Thank you. We also have greetings to you all at government. I'm tired of this Nigerian way of democracy and Africa. It is not working. Let us introduce only one term so that they will work well. Because what I have, the Labour Congress should go and sit down and forget about strike, because we don't trust them at all. They are fearless many times. My name is Big Daniel from Igondo. Also have good morning, Sandra and Mr. Fuad. Happy new month. The NLC seems uncoordinated for now. There's trust deficit from them due to empty frequent threats to embark on strike. As at now, TUC are not in the same thinking with them. Whether the government has cracked the wings of labor or not, the leadership should show more maturity and tactics in dealing with the issues. Most of their members are sympathetic to the present government, notwithstanding the obvious flaws on its economic policies. Noah from Igondo. Thank you. Abraham Ayotunde in Oshogbo, Oshun. But this current labor union just keeps on procrastinating. Good morning. All right, let's go back to the phone lines. 0913-6000-410. You have just 2 minutes. Please, let's stick within the 2 minute time frame so we can have as much contribution as possible. Hello, good morning.
Morning, town. I agree with Mr. Fawad in the sense of, based on the experience we have gotten in this country, we have a very, school with that experience. I don't think 2 times is encouraging. Because most of them, majority of them, about 90-something% of them, they are there to protect what is going to interest them. That is the problem we have. It will be a kind of resistance to this kind of,
And I will say we should visit the 1999 Constitution first. Then, after the Constitution, we our the NLC. I really don't see, we don't have NLC. Just, I really don't understand what is going on with this current NLC. So we just pray they do the right thing. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Appreciate. Hello. Oh. Okay, guess we lost that one. Hello, good morning.
Hello, Sandra.
Good morning, Mr. John.
Good morning. Yes, you are fine. Yes, for me, I would advise that we go on a unicameral. Honestly, unicameral legislative. Yes, so because the cost of governance is too enormous. Then the institution should be strengthened. Whether and it should be one time, so that the numbers of these political jobbers will be reduced and will save costs. I don't see anything they are really doing there. Honestly, that's how it should be. Let it be one term, it's tenure, and let it be unicameral. That is the way it should be. And as for labor, yes, labor has the right to call for strike. But the point is that people are not trusting them. We can see from the response of people that that's what people are saying. But labor has the right. If only it should serve as a kind of a warning and alert to the government, they should go ahead. And it will work. They should go ahead because, honestly, look at what we have read now, the pains we are going through. Let labor go on strike. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I appreciate. We'll take some more messages. Maybe we'll wrap things up with messages because we have quite a number of them on Facebook. So don't forget, you can still drop in your comments at the live chat section on Mainland 98.3 FM. This is Mainland Focus, and the focus for today is single term or double term tenure for our president and governors. And then we're also looking at NLC warning strike. What exactly is the way forward, and what other approach would you suggest to the NLC? We have Prince Leo Ozoma saying, good morning, Sandra and Fuhad. There's no term that can work in Nigeria with the current spate of corruption in the country. Until corruption is eradicated, that's the only time any term of government can work. Let's look at it this way. With the current corruption, one term means come and loot and go. And another comes again in the name of one term and loot, considering the gluttonous nature of our current politicians. For Labour Congress, if they don't do the needful, Nigerians will abandon them finally. Leo Ozoma, thank you. We also have Owusu James saying, good morning, house. All right, thank you. We also have additional Sunny. Sandra, I support the strike if only NLC will go ahead and ignore any call for meeting. Nigerians never know what they want. Very docile.
This is 2-day warning strike. Oh. The real one is still ahead.
Still far ahead.
This one is just to prepare the grounds, according to NLC.
Good morning, Sandra. I'm Mr. FUHAD. I greet you exceptionally. A single term of 5 years is good for me. Mr. 𝗵𝗂 said the government is a continuum. So one person cannot finish the whole thing. Someone else would have to carry on from the predecessor. My only concern is that this won't affect the National Assembly and state lawmakers who don't have tenure limit. I think the single term should affect all elected government officials.
We can do that for them too. We just have maybe 2 times or 1.
Who passed
it's about the constitution. Really. Who is going to build the card now?
I don't know if I even support NLC or not. James Ogbonna from Oshodi. Thank you very much. We also have Fidelis Madwabweke. I support a single term of 6 years for the executive and 6 zones rotational presidency. Yes, we are still on that one. Okay. We also have S.A. Charles. Good morning, Mainland FM. Our constitution should be amended to single tenure so that the dividends of government may reach minority tribes. All right. Thank you very much. I appreciate. We have some messages on WhatsApp as well, so we'll quickly take them. Sandra and FUHAD, good morning. Greetings to you guys. Single term in government is okay. Atolagbe Ridwan from Isolo. All right. Thank you very much. Good morning, radio. In regards to... No. Okay. My strong thoughts on the government term in office is the first term should determine if it's okay for a second term or if they will be elected again for another term after any other government had served in between. I'm sure the constitution states 4 years and then go through election process for a second term if elected again. But today in Nigeria, we know what happened as regard. Meanwhile, in recent history of NLC strikes in Nigeria, how has it that can help us to arrest the situation we're in? Andrew from Yaba. Well, no one is asking me, but I think that the focus should be on whether second term is deserving or not. That's my own, thought. Because whether or not we have anybody that wants to loot will loot. Even if you give the person 2 hours, they'll do what they have to do and get out. But the truth is, making it seem like second term is a normal thing or is a right of a person.
It's just about the electoral process, really. If we can have electoral process tightened up, let the votes of people count. So if you fail in your first term, you know that, look, there's no second term for you because the votes of people will count. And if it's first term too, people vote and voting the right people. I think the dividends of democracy will come naturally. That's why the Justice Weighs report on electoral reforms is very, very important. We need to look at that report again and implement what it has said.
Well, the Uwe's report has come up again. And finally, I'll just quickly take Jacob Cool's message from Bariga because it's been a while we've heard from him. Good morning, Mainland crew. NLC is not doing anything different from what 𝗪𝗪𝗁 did throughout his reign as NLC president. The effect of 𝗪𝗪𝗁's deceptive negotiations with the government, then rather than insisting and demanding immediate repairs of the refineries, is what we are contending with. No amount of threats or negotiations by the NLC will bring down the price of petroleum products as long as the products are being imported in foreign currency. Jacob Cool from Bariga saying that the NLC is focusing on the miner. Well, that's all we can take for this morning. Thank you very much, Saheed FUHAD.
Thank you for having me.
I apologize to anyone who sent in messages and I was not able to take them. Thank you for being a part of the show and for the calls that we also missed. But as we always say, the conversation always continues here at Mainland FM in the Situation Room with Okweyemi Akinyode by 4 p.m. So make it a date. But then, don't touch the dial. Stay tuned. We'll still have amazing programs lined up for you. By 9:45, we'll be back for Global View for international stories. After that, we have Health.